Hey Paul, it's Colin. So I've got a copy of the Gotham Black Orange Multi-Purpose. This is the online demo right here. So what we're going to do is I just want to compare the two to make sure we're right on the same page here. So we have up here, we have the menu, website name, and then we have the icons right down here. And I scroll down a little bit, we have About Gotham right here. All right, with all the little fading in bits and pieces. The menu bar appears as we scroll down. Then we have different sections here, more sections here, and right down to the map section or meet the team with the little thing in the background, our testimonials, and then our footer and copyright. Okay, so what I did, so I've got I just downloaded the Gotham as a zip, and here's the website. First thing I often do when I get questions like this is, hey, my website doesn't look different, is I extract a brand new copy of the file. And I go into the folder. I don't even have it open in Expression Web yet. I just go right into the website folder and I just double click on my index page to open it in a web browser. Now my default browser is Firefox. First thing, and if you've gone through tutorials, you may have heard me say that if you're using Internet Explorer as your default or development web browser, maybe not a good idea. In other words, don't. Firefox, here what I go Firefox, and then I preview in Chrome, and then I leave IE as a last resort. The reason being is whenever you make changes as a web developer or a webmaster, files get cached in web caches, the browser's cache. And if you're making lots of changes like to images and text files, then you pretty much have to clear the cache every time for IE in order to see the latest updates because it's really stubborn. Probably one of the reasons why Microsoft's getting rid of it on July 29th. Yeah, I think IE is going the way of the dinosaur as soon as Windows 10 rolls out in about a month and a half. Anyways, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to double click on my index page, bring it up, and now I have a copy from right from the server right here. And then here's your copy right here. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, so we have to get sort of this call on down is what we're looking for. Right, there's the call, there's the thing. Okay, so we've got pages, sliders, features, enhancements. Now, under pages, we have home about all the different pages in the site. So that's the only difference. We have the home here and then all the pages listed right down here. So the only thing that's different is the home button has just been yanked off, which is not a big deal because we can easily put that back in. What I'm looking for though is the slider. So here's the demo. I'm just gonna see if I can, right, move it on. Maybe I can. This stupid thing at the top I can't really get rid of because it's within a frame. But anyways, so here's our slider right here. All right. All right. I'm just watching it to make sure it runs through its thing here because the carousel and this is going. The full screen slider is going. Okay, and then I scroll down and I have About Gotham and then all these bits and pieces here just like we have in the demo. So we got our slider, we have our moving boxes, then we have About Gotham with all the, these just dummy text. Now this is the same, this is just dummy text, right? This is what I was wondering about if you're thinking this was the sort of the advertising text, because this is actually in our demo right here. So just stuff that you're going to replace in your site anyways. It's just a placeholder text. Yeah, it describes some of the stuff in the site, but same thing on the live demo, same thing we got here on your copy. So your copy, live demo. Okay, then we go down to recipe for success and recipe for success, and then we're going to go down to the Gotham features, which is the online demo, and then we have the Gotham features, just another section where you can put your own stuff, your own picture. And then we scroll on down and we have this, yeah, don't forget about our services and same thing. Yeah, so what I see online and what I see in your package are the same things. Okay, so far so good, as long as as far as what I'm expecting to see anyways, right? And then we have the meet the team, and then we go down. This is the online demo here, and we have the meet the team and the testimonial slider and the testimonial slider. Okay, so far as I can tell, at least with the index page, what I see online matches up pretty much exactly with what you have in your package, with the exception of the online demo has a home button right here, and your package doesn't because it's just bundled up with all the other pages down here, right? Home pages, because we've actually on the online demo we don't have a sliders button, but in here you do. Okay, so one's just been swapped out for the other for whatever reason. So, but you're going to update your menu buttons anyways, so that's kind of a mute point at this juncture. But let's take a look inside. I'm going to open up I'm going to open up Expression Web. I'm going to go and open your site now. Okay, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, well, let's open up the site first. So site, I'm going to go open site. I'm going to go to the desktop. And where is it? Gotham, there it is, and there it is, and here's the website folder. I'm going to open, and here we go. Now you've already been to the site. You've been to the site settings, and we make sure this little sucker right here is checked. Cool, right? And then I can just select my index page. I'm going to press F12 on my keyboard to open up in the browser, and that's the exact same page I already had open because I just opened it through the folder earlier. Now I can actually open it through Expression Web. Okay, and everything looks like it's moving along there, especially the little bit down here. That should be there. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick heads up here on the index page. I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to go into the design window right here, and you won't see the full screen slider in here whatsoever. And I'm going to explain why if you didn't get that in some of my videos. Anything that is relies upon JavaScript to function, in other words, the full screen slider up here, the menu bar, and this info box is carousel here. All those are what we call animated or interactive components, and anything that's interactive that requires JavaScript in order to work, you won't actually see it in the design window of Expression Web because basically a lot of these things, they start off as sort of a null thing. They're not there until the JavaScript is enabled, and then you can actually see it in your web browser. But because this isn't actually a web browser, this design window, it won't actually display anything that has JavaScript to it like that. So what you see is you actually don't see it at all. What you just see is the regular HTML bits and pieces right here like we're seeing right now. It's like, hey, none of my cool JavaScript stuff is here. And because it doesn't show up in the design window, what we did is we put it inside an include page. Now you may have remembered this from Expression Web or from front page, but an include is it's a page that is basically inserted into, well, it's one page or one bit of code or whatever that's inserted into another, right? So if I take a look at my library folder right here, and I have a sliders folder, if I open that up, there is my full screen slider right there. Now we've added all sorts of bits and pieces in here for you, but the full screen slider is what is used on your index page, right? So this guy right here where it says mobile responsive and all that stuff, that actually is loaded into your index page through what's called a web bot, and a web bot is an include, and it actually loads in this page right here. Now watch this. If I open this up, right, it looks all kind of gobbledygook. So this is where we just flip it over to the code view, and this is where the tutorials, the video tutorials, will show you how to update the full screen slider. But in a nutshell, see it says full screen slider in quotes. You can just change the text right there, display as many images as you like, fixed and parallax. So this is where you can sort of what I suggest you do is, open up a page in a browser. So if we want to change the be creative, use these or your own images, add what you need. You just go back to Expression. So you go back to the thing. Oh, there's be creative. There's use these images, and there's add what you need. So basically, that's the bit of text here in black you can change, right? But I want to show you a little trick that's going to make your life a lot easier, and I'm not sure if you caught this in any of my toots, but whenever we use these include pages, sometimes we have to load in certain bits of JavaScript, like right down here, or in this case, 3 different files in order to make this thing work. And we have to load in some styles to style it when it actually gets to the page, right? But unfortunately, those styles make things look kind of ugly in this include page when you just flip it over like this. Like I said, JavaScript doesn't render well. It goes on top of each other, but if you did this here, I'll show you a trick. Right above this link to the FS slider, we're just going to separate this out just a titch. We're going to separate out the link to the style sheet, and what we can do is I'm going to put an angle bracket and an exclamation point and 2 dashes just like that, okay? And what it does is that actually comments out the style sheet and all the junk below it while we're making changes or edits. Okay, and watch this. I'm going to flip over to the design view now. and it's all just easy text. If you just want to change the text in here in the design window, go ahead and do it. There's the next line, there's the next line, there's the mobile responsive, there's the be creative. So the text that you're reading in the slider right here, you can just quickly go into the design window in Expression Web, make your changes, right? Save it, and then when you're done, just go down here and get rid of that angle bracket, the exclamation point, and 2 dashes. That's a comment out tag. Okay, just remove that when you're done to enable everything else, and that's it. Okay, so that's how you would update there, or where you go to update the full screen slider, right? And then for the other, anything else in the index page, and I'll give you a tour here. The menu buttons, now they're not going to show up in the design window of Expression Web either, and they're not going to show up in any page. So we've put them into a shared folder, and there it is, menu top right there. And this one's a little simpler. You open it up, here's the buttons right here. As a matter of fact, what I suggest to folks when we're updating the menu is get rid of the enhancements. And how to do that is just double click on the word enhancements, right? Boom. And see how I've gone to the A tag, then the LI tag? Just delete it. Same with features. Double click on the word features. Boom, boom. Click on there's the A, there's the LI. Select it so it's all highlighted in green and delete it. Now the reason we have enhancements and features and things like that in the menu page, it's actually so when you first open up the website and you're deciding on what pages you need, or you're learning about the template, if it's actually in a menu bar up here, you can quickly go to the blog page, learn about the blog, or go to the features page and learn about responsive design, for an example, or you can learn about social media icons, things like that. And this is sort of where we have information within the enhancements and the features folder. It's there for you to learn more about the web template. Okay, but really when you're building your site, you're going to pretty much get rid of all these links in here. You're not going to have the sliders button here for all your visitors. You're going to get rid of that and replace it with your own links, right? So I suggest when you're ready to, get the site going, just get rid of anything you're not going to be using, right? And then you can get rid of any of these links and pages in here that you don't want, and then just start fresh. But anyways, I'm going to run out of video time here because I only got about 12 minutes or 15 minutes before my program cuts out. But anyways, Paul, I wanted to get you started on that just to make sure we're looking at the same thing. And now that we've got the video, I'm going to send you a ticket. Just reply to the ticket, log into the system with any questions you have, or if you want Chris to help you get things set up, we can do that as well. But anything specific, like how do I update the let's go back here. I'll give you a specific. You may say, okay, Colin, I get the full screen slider. Thanks for showing me that or whatever. But how do I get this thing here, this info box, this carousel thing? How do I get that updated? And I'll make a little video and I'll point you to the instructions online first and say, hey, look, here's the folder you go into. Here's the library folder, what we call the library folder right here. And here's the library page. If you just open that up, there's the picture. There's the text, and there's the description, and that's the more button right there, right? So in order to update, there's the picture, there's the title text, there's the description right there, and actually I've hidden the more button, so you don't even need to update that because there really wasn't enough room. As you can see, there's only so tall, so I actually sort of hid it away in the style sheet, so it's not being used right now. But you can change the picture, the title, and the description for each little box here. There's the picture, there's the first group description, and there's the text, there's the second picture, right? Like I said, the video instructions I have online go into a little bit more detail, but one of the reasons why we've used something, like I said, something like this include page here is because it's easier to update the pics and the headings and whatnot. Once you get used to the idea, you'll see what I mean, because trying to do it in the design window, you wouldn't actually have access to all the images or the text, so we actually have to find a way to additionally break it out for you to go and update all these different pics because they don't show up in the design window.